learners! I'm Mrs. Baker. Our inquiry question this week says, how can we help our friends overcome obstacles? You can overcome an obstacle such as making new friends or moving to a new town by learning about your surroundings. Today we're going to read a fantasy story. Fantasy often includes animals with human characteristics, such as being able to talk. It may include realistic people in an unrealistic situation or setting. It may also include invented elements that really could not exist in real life. Today, as I read a story called Samson's Advice, I will show you how I use descriptive details to help me visualize the characters, the setting, and the events in the story. Samson's Advice. Danny sat in front of his new house eating a tuna sandwich. He pretended to be back on his old street in Canton. That's a joke, he thought. In Canton, I would never be sitting here by myself. I'd be shooting hoops with Kyle or riding bikes with Nino. Instead, Danny sat alone, wishing his parents hadn't moved across the country to this lonely street. As I read, I can visualize to help me picture what's taking place in the story. This section helps me see Danny sitting there on the porch all alone. So, you're new, right? Startled, Danny looked around. Hello, he said. I'm right here. A gray cat sauntered up and settled himself next to Danny, sniffing the air. Is that tuna? Descriptive words like sauntering help me visualize the way the cat walked up to Danny. I can use what I know about cats to help me see this. You're a cat. A talking cat? Danny asked. Yes and yes, said the cat. Name's Samson. Even though you're going to hear Susie on 3rd Street call me Bootsy, not that I ever answer to it. But how? Cats don't... Hey, I pick things up, said Samson. You live, you learn. For a chunk of that tuna sandwich, I'll save you a lot of time and give you some neighborhood 411. Danny, still not quite believing that a cat was speaking to him, placed the tuna next to Samson. First off, Samson began, use caution on Oak Street. 2 extremely mean dogs patrol it. Plus, they have no sense of humor. Second, there's a kid named Saeed 3 doors down who's pretty excited that you have moved in. He says the neighborhood has too many girls and they all stick together. After reading this paragraph, I can close my eyes and visualize what Samson is telling Danny. I can see the 2 mean dogs, okay? And I can see the boy named Saeed who is excited that Danny has moved in. Danny couldn't believe his luck. An actual kid who was happy for him to be moving in. Anything else? He asked. Just one thing, said Samson. I'm not crazy about mayonnaise. Ask your mom to leave it out of the tuna salad next time. Today, I showed you how to use descriptive details to help visualize the characters, the setting, and the events in the story. Thank you for learning with me today.